People. Que pasa, sakpa, say what they do. Now, people, the first thing that is popping in the news is an update about an incident that took place in Portmore. We are speaking about Old Brighton, to be specific, in which 11 persons got conned up and one lost his life. Now, people, I am going to let you hear the word from the street, and this is coming from the Portmore SSP Clive Blair, and he is in charge of the St. Catherine South Portmore division. And he said that it is some sort of gang rivalry. He said that there is some dispute that was going on at the party between two set of men and people. Then basically kick off. So he is saying that it is gang related, it is gang affiliated, and people, he did not say. However, people, like you see, there is videos that are out, and I am going to let you watch the video, and then there are also some voice note. However, based on the information from the voice note, it is said that there is some sort of gang rivalry as it pertains to Nagozell, Old Brighton versus Southborough. So people, I don't know, this is word on the street, and also other persons are claiming that there is some sort of rivalry as it pertains to the Klansman, and we are speaking about Tesha Miller and Blackman, to be specific. So people, we are talking about internal squabble. So anyways, people, take a listen, take a look to these videos and these voice notes, and then I'll give my piece.
Powerful than your whole constabulary.
Yo, family, ready? Yo, dog, a big thing I go on and no charge. Last night, man, both and I said they go to a little old boy and him little son, dog, you see? Cause the man must say, I never said, man, took the man, them a soap baron. A big thing, dog, right now, PRI from a CRI, so that's the done and thing to charge you. You see? So, be a darkness, I will go and charge you. Be a I will go on, you see me? Alright, now. I still look at loved ones, them over soap bar, so yo, look out at them here 24/7, I just, nah man, dog, you see it? Yeah, for them seeing a vehicle I come, don't trust it, trying to know it, dog. Yeah, cause to me hear them dog you're talking about shit in the charge. Shit, dog. Straight blood shit. Why I go on between Klansman, Blackman and Tesha, so like I said, him and them from Spanish Town, got Portmore, Brighton. To keep a little link up around party. You look like more of a link up. And like him and them, cause you know say a Klansman or a Klansman, so it look like say, the man them either say Tesha side or a Klansman them gone go party, so Blackman side, this side we go line him up. We go line them up for them, but it look like say, they approach and then take the man and spot them, cause you watch the video and the man them where they out there play domino or card game. You see one that red shirt top and look out and see them, and then after I see the whole of them draw a weapon and start firing. But you know, this cameraman take away there, you know what going on in video? No, that man ain't no moving.
Now, people, like I said, word on the street, and word on the street is not always 100% accurate. However, based on the information from SSP Clive Blair, who is in charge of the St. Catherine South Portmore, he said that it is gang related. And even though he did not specify which gang or which set of persons were basically feuding people, he made it very clear that it is definitely gang related. So people, like me say, listen to the video, listen to the audio, and you make your own determination. However, these are the sources that are out there. Now, the next thing that is popping in the news is that we see that the Portmore they are investigating an incident that took place on Friday at about 6:30 p.m. We are speaking about in the evening. And it is said that a 16-year-old was conned up in the head, and his name is Jaden Morrison. And based on the information, it is said that there was a little gathering at a place called Caribbean Estate we are speaking about in Portmore, and it is alleged that 5 boys were there, 5 friends, and also one of the youth them, he was in possession of his father firepiece, licensed firepiece, and it is said that the tool accidentally went off and slapped the next youth in his head. We are speaking about Jaden Morris. Now people, when we listen to stuff like this, and people, like I tell you, as it pertains to a lot of these Jamaican parents, fathers and mothers, they are very negligent, they are very irresponsible, and people, don't get it twisted, don't get it misconstrued. I don't know the details of this case. However, the point that I am trying to make is that if you have some sort of licensed fire piece as a father, as a parent, you are supposed to know where it is at all time. So therefore, your little pitney, even if he's a teenager, he is not supposed to have access to it. It's supposed to be in a safe box and also have some sort of security device where I talk about lock on the trigger. So people, here again we see a next case in which more than likely negligence and also idleness played a very significant role, because the truth and the fact is that why would a little teenager have a tool and point at somebody, especially at somebody's head, as if he is playing some sort of Russian, you know what I talk about. And people, like we say, are based on the information from the P0L, it is said it went off accidentally. However, people, if you don't start no sort of ish, there won't be any sort of ish. So therefore, if you did not play, I am speaking about the other teenager that basically pressed the trigger and basically blow out him friend, me I talk about Maro. People, something is definitely wrong. It seems as if in this COVID time, people kind of get idle, and people, like them say, the devil always finds work for idlers. Point blank and period. So people, condolences to the family of the person that lost his life, and also the friends and family member. However, this could have easily been prevented. This is a next case where somebody else lost their life that did not need to lose their life. Point blank and period. So people, that is my views on the whole thing as it pertains to that, and like me say, it is just my views and opinion, it is not the gospel. Your views and opinion can be respectfully different from mine, but let me know what you think in the comment section. Bless up. Now the next thing that is popping in the news, and people, like I have always warned everybody, be very careful who you deal with when you are selling or buying any sort of stuff, specifically if it is any sort of fire piece. People, we are speaking about red flag, red flag, red flag. Now people, this is an incident that occurred on May 23rd of 2015. However, a man has been charged. I am speaking about a person who is 29-year-old, and his name is Travis Sawyer, and he is charged for the slap away of a man, and his name is Tino Smith. And people, we are speaking about an incident, like I said, that occurred 5 years ago. However, he was officially charged. I am speaking about Mr. Sawyers on Wednesday by the St. Catherine South P0L. Now, based on the information from the P0L, it is said that Mr. Travis Sawyer and his two friends went to sell Mr. Tino Smith and his two friends a legal fire piece. And people, it is said that they went and they met up. However, Mr. Travis Sawyer and his two friends decided that it was a very good idea for basically jam up Mr. Tino Smith and his two friends and con up Mr. Tino Smith and the next one of his friend. However, Mr. Tino Smith, he basically lost his life. He was found a day after in some bushes. We are speaking about in a St. Catherine. We are talking about in a Spanish town somewhere. So based on the information, it is said that they met up and there was supposed to be some sort of transaction. However, the transaction was botched because it was basically a robbery. So therefore, Mr. Travis Sawyer and his two friends, they are basically stick-up kids. They did not have any sort of tool to sell. They were basically there to take away the money from Mr. Tino Smith and his two friends. So based on the court documents, it is said that Mr. Travis Sawyer, aka Chambi of Bamboo Ridge District, we are speaking about in St. Catherine, he was officially charged for murder, conspiracy to also slap away, wounding with intent, shooting with intent, illegal possession of a firearm, and robbery with aggravation, and also illegal possession of ammunition. And it is said that two of the other men that were there are currently in the court. So people, the moral of the story is this. This was a transaction that had red flag and disaster written all over it. We are speaking about three men, Mr. Sawyer and his two friends, that went to rob and thief and shot and kill. And then we are speaking about Mr. Tino Smith that went with two other friends to basically buy a legal fire piece. But people, why are you buying any sort of legal fire piece in any sort of bush? People, there is something wrong with this transaction. There is something into something, and people, like them say, wherever there is smoke, there is fire. And people, in this case, it ended up, we are speaking about hot, with somebody losing their life, and then the next person got in caught up, and then the next person basically have to take with themselves. So people, we are talking about out of 6 people, 3 lock up, 1 gone, 1 basically get caught up, and the next one take with himself. So people, we are speaking about 1 out of 6 that basically did not get affected by this transaction. So people, we are speaking about an epic failure, point blank and period. So people, I am just imploring, I am warning you once again, be very careful whichever place that you go, whoever that you're dealing with, and anytime that you're dealing with anybody, especially a stranger. Point blank and period. So anyways people, that is my views on the whole thing as it pertains to that. And like me say, it is just my views and opinion, it is not the gospel. Your views and opinion can be respectfully different from mine, but let me know what you think in the comment section. Bless up.